Hey, what's up and what's going on, my lovely people? Welcome back to another Love Naturally reading. I'm Priestess Ishtah, and what we're going to do today is unveil the messages that Archangel Gabriel has for you. So, in a moment, you are going to be picking a horn, and that horn is going to reveal the divine messages channeled just to you right now from Archangel Gabriel. Now, while you're here, you might as well check out some of my services. One of my free services that I'm currently offering is a alignment call. I've been helping so many people get into alignment with personal goals, spiritual goals, financial goals, personal development goals of any and all sorts, and it's really been changing lives. Totally free. There's no requirement to purchase anything, so definitely want to book while supplies are lasting. Now, if you're loving what I'm offering, then join my other channels. I have so many different goodies that I sprinkle around. I try not to put all of my content in the same place, and I don't duplicate content. So you want to follow me across platforms, trust me. And once you've looked at my platforms and free services, let's connect a little deeper. Let's get yourself fully invested in your spiritual energy by cultivating your personal power. We can do that through Reiki. We can do that through a consultation. And we can also do that through connecting with your ancestors. All right. So when you're ready for me, baby, I am also ready for you. So right now, I think you're ready. You are. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get ready to pick a horn. If you're feeling attracted to horn number one, this white horn in the green meadows, this will be your selection. If you are feeling called to horn number two, then this beautiful black and yellow horn is going to be your reading selection. And if number three is calling to you, this beautiful red horn, then three is going to be your reading selection. Okay, my friends, so altogether, piles 1, piles 2, and pile number 3. Take a final moment to pick your pile. All right, I think that gives us enough time. Let's get into your reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you at your reading. Bye. Pile number 1. Welcome. All right. We're going to cast a circle of divine protection around us so that only messages rooted in divine love, wisdom, and truth are allowed through Ashe, asking our angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides to please come forth standing at their points protecting that circle. I want to say I feel very calm, very relaxed going into your reading, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of calm, there's a lot of stillness, there's a lot of peace, inner tranquility that is coming to you. So we are going to see pile 1, my number ones. What is the message from Archangel Gabriel? And if you don't know, Archangel Gabriel is the messenger archangel, okay? The one with the trumpet, often depicted in the judgment card in tarot. So let's see, Archangel Gabriel, for number 1, what messages do you have? Great Spirit, please help me to tap into the collective to channel these messages with clarity. For number 1, what messages do you have, Archangel Gabriel? Give me more messages. So many of you are coming into a spiritual power. We're going to start with 4. Let's start with this 8 of Swords. So many of you are coming into a spiritual power. Before I really even look at these cards right now, I'm looking up out my window at the sky. And I'm not looking down at these cards yet. As a matter of fact, let's turn them over, because I'm feeling like this is something that you're being called to do. You're being called to enhance your intuition. Archangel Gabriel is sending you messages, and most likely that is encouraging you to pursue your psychic knowledge, or to enhance or increase your psychic knowledge and your intuition. So what I'm feeling primarily, and if you hear a vent going on and off in the background, it's just my air purifier purifying the air. So what I feel like you have been being called to do is to make sense of the things that are in the dark in your life right now. So what does that mean, in the dark? Things that are cloudy, that are misty, that are like difficult to figure out. And these are parts of yourself that are being reflected out into your relationships, your work relationships, your personal relationships, your relationship with food, your relationship with substances altogether, your relationship with money. So you're being invited. Archangel Gabriel has been sending you. You're probably seeing a lot of synchronicities. I feel the air increasing right now as we're speaking. And let's face it, messengers, or the messenger deities, or we're talking about angels, excuse me. And I also feel like there are messenger deities that are coming through for you, pile number one, that are communicating through Archangel Gabriel. So entertain me for a moment, okay? So if we had to envision the celestials, let's say that there is a division or a department. There's the gods and goddesses department, and they can submit orders that goes through the celestials that reaches the angels who deliver the messages down onto earth. So if a god or goddess of, let's say, a particular, let's say Hermes, or maybe Diana, I know she's not fully an air goddess, but let's just say one of those, right? Or we can say, I tend to leave Orishas out because Orishas have their own kind of flow, and a lot of the Afro cultures, they have a lot of our own central systems with deities and how stuff works. So pick a god, any god, right? And let's say they have a message that they're trying to get through to you. And a lot of times, and this is important, follow me, okay? Because number one, you're going to get some fucking revelation right here. I'm about to reveal some shit to you right now, all right? So the gods or the goddess, whichever pantheon you follow, they will send their information down to the angels, all right? And the angel is trying to, in this case, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is an archangel. He's a general. If you look up Archangel Gabriel in your study, he's a general. So this means that he has other reporting angels underneath of him or her, because it's also Archangel Gabriella. To be honest, all of the energies are feminine. They can become expressed into masculine once they reach the earthly realm, but they are all feminine. Another lesson. So Archangel Gabriel is sending these messages out through his or her messengers, through her angelic army, or through her spirit guides, which work for you. Do you understand how that whole hierarchical system works? Okay, and gods are not at the top. There are levels that are above the gods and goddesses. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that the message that you're trying to get is coming from the deities, and the deities are the deity, I'll say, that is trying to get in contact with you, is trying to bless you, bestow you, or provide you with a certain type of power. Let's take a look at the cards now. And we ain't looked at no cards on that, baby. With the Eight of Swords, with this eagle flying high, I feel that this is the messenger that has been trying to come down to get you a message to resolve an area of life or a department of your own social economic system of running your own shit, okay? To help you to get clarity on a particular area of strife that you are facing. Now, with these swords, bow, 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 bow at the four corners, it's making me feel that you have the potential to be facing multiple adversities. Maybe shit ain't going right in your relationship, it ain't going right at work, it ain't going right in your health, and it ain't going right with your finances. Okay, I'll block that from your path if that's the case. But if that's the case, stay tuned, because your messages, your answer, or the answer that you've been seeking is on the way through this message. So I also feel that this is like a ring of fire. And I know that this is earth if you look at it a little closer, but it feels like a ring of fire that has been fortified around you to protect you. So the first thing that I'm hearing from Archangel Gabriel is that you are very protected. I'm also hearing with these 4 points and these 4 corners, how they're depicted here, is that you have the protection of the 4 archangels: Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, and Raphael. And each of those, as I'm looking at this card again, each of those angels, archangels they govern a different property. So you have your protection with Michael, you have your illumination with Uriel, you have your healing with Raphael. And whenever something needs to get communicated to you from God, it comes through Gabriel. So literally, whether you are looking at this from a magical standpoint or from a singular standpoint in one God worship, which is all one God or all one supreme power, your supreme power, our supreme power, source itself is trying to get your attention. There is a power, okay, I'm going to say it. Y'all are the chosen ones. So this is the whole point I'm trying to get to. Y'all, this is a group of chosen ones. It's funny you pick number 1 because you're the chosen one. You are one that is chosen. And notice how this is in reverse, this 7 of Wands. Let's put it up right so you can see it real quick. Look at how that energy is being casted down into this individual here, depicted on this card, into this character. Casted, literally casted down into him. But the thing about this is it was in reverse. Okay? So when we have that reversal come up, that lets us know that that energy is not there yet, or it was in there in the past, but this is not the past we're talking about. And to be honest with you, it could be in the past that you had a good flow in your body when you're connecting with your spiritual, your magical, your mental, your emotional energy. Things were in balance for some of you. Some of you never achieved that state, and Archangel Gabriel is giving you a message to tell you that you will be achieving that state very soon, of feeling wholeness, completeness, stillness, which is a word that I use going into this reading. That feeling that I felt, and if any of you want to run back to the beginning of this recording when I was saying what I feel going into it, and if you want to channel into that feeling, I'm not saying run it back to give me more time. Fuck all that. I'm saying to feel that feeling. If you're empathic and you can pick up on my vibe that I was sensing at the beginning of your reading, that's the sense, that's the feeling, that's the tone of what you're going to feel by the time you're done receiving in this message. Because again, chosen ones, because that's how I'm going to address you from now on, my chosen ones, my power number chosen ones. Y'all are here to perform great magical spiritual works. However it applies, some people are doing this, some people are doing that. I ain't here to tell you what to do, baby. But I'm telling you that your source, your divinity itself, is casting, or it is attempting to cast down power into you to make you grand. You know how they say, make America great again? Well, bitch, we about to make you grand again. It's going to make you grand in nature. But it will require, with the Hermit card and even with the owl here, and I'm, like I was saying, seeing in the dark, being able to see through the dark. At the beginning of your reading, I felt that, being able to see through the dark. There's something about your sight being attuned and your dark sight being attuned. What is your dark sight? Your dark sight is your psychic eye. It's a subconscious eye. And this hermit is in complete darkness with one little light. And that light is the illumination. It's the illumination that is within you that is being casted down. It's being casted down your energy. Right now, they're saying that you might be really tired, or your emotional energy might be really everywhere. Like one minute you're tired, one minute you're like drained. Next minute you're so much energy. That's the energy. You see how it's zigzagged? That's the energy working through you right now. Some of you may be experiencing headaches as well, or feet swelling. Aside from that, though, the hermit is going to be the next required step. What does the hermit do? The hermit is the wise man, the wizard. It is the wise woman. It is the studied self. So you are being called right now to study yourself, to enroll in a class. For some of you, you've been looking at an astrology class. You've been looking at a type of metaphysical or spiritual or magical learning class that's going to give you additional skill sets that will expand self-knowledge. A lot of times we want to learn magic so we can do it on others, so we can heal people, so we can help people, so we can get money or get love. This isn't what this is. Not saying that you'll never do that. Oh no, you can do that. You'll probably get to that. But it's like, first, you got to put the energy in the energy bank. That's like going to the store and you got no money in your debit card. You got no money in your wallet. You don't got Apple Pay, Google Pay. Nobody's willing to pay. So they like, yeah, you can put all of that back or we're going to take you to the back and arrest you, ma'am or sir. No, I'm kidding. But you have to put the spiritual knowledge in your spiritual bank. So my chosen ones, you are learning about how to contribute more consistently, or your message is you contributing more consistently to your spiritual bank and making those deposits. And you might be saying, well, what does that look like? What is your intuition? Because going into this is about you connecting to your intuition, right? So what is your intuition calling you to do? Is it asking you to learn about your chakras? Is it asking you to learn about numerology? Is it asking you to learn about astrology? Is it asking you to learn about the cosmos and planetary magic? Is it asking you to learn about elemental magic? Is it asking you to learn about kitchen magic? Is it asking you to learn about oil magic? Is it asking you to learn about meditation? Is it asking you to learn about telepathy? Is it asking you to learn about mind control? Is it asking you to learn about telekinesis? Is it asking you to learn about banishing? Is it asking that there's a world of topics? And you might say, well, this is overwhelming when I get started. You have to start somewhere. How many staffs is he holding? Is he holding 8 staffs? Is he holding 7? Is he holding 1? Yes, he's holding only 1, which means that he has one singular, right now, form of support with him, one focus. The staff represents your energy, your command, your willpower focused. So with that one staff being present with the wisdom, that is the male and female embodiment, because the owl represents intuition and intuitive wisdom. The staff represents our energy projected, hence why we call wands staffs, and that is the fire energy. So before you can really kind of navigate your full magical self, if some of you chosen ones are like, but I just want to get there, I just want to have all these powers, you got to slow it down. Because you see how he got all of these kind of candles or flames lit one by one by one? You got to start with one section of what it is that you're ready to study when it comes to the self, because ultimately you're really studying the self. Many of you are also becoming more into like the occult side. I feel like this group, like you might be learning about other forms of magic or spiritual powers, but you're also really learning about the occult. So this is the spiritual group. This is the group of healers and I tend to attract y'all anyway. That's just what I set out in my frequency. But y'all are the ones who walk the darker path, like myself. I walk both paths, but y'all are not afraid, or y'all are starting to not be afraid of understanding the dark path. You might start to come into contact with teachers on YouTube like Bobby Hemmett, some of Brother Panic's lectures, and Sister Myra, I think it's Myra Ross, and I might be saying her name wrong, but there are these occult teachers who you may start to come into contact with, and there are so many others, but I'm just naming those who I've learned from, okay? 2 of Pentacles. Look at how immediately how I see it's as above, so below. So how I'm interpreting this for you chosen ones is, okay, I want to check our time. How I am interpreting this for you chosen ones is that you are starting to cast forth the energy down. I'm hearing that this will happen for you during the next eclipse. So the next approaching eclipse, you will start to really feel the effects and different changes within your own energy body. You'll start to become more aware of others' thoughts and others' feelings and emotions. And you're being asked to also be mindful of how to filter whose is whose, meaning, is this my feeling right now or is this someone else's? That's also part of the journey for self. So some other books that may be, or categories of learning that might be beneficial for you, is just starting to learn how to protect your energy, so that way as you become more sensitive to others, and this is wherever you are, like if you're a beginner, intermediate, or you're like super, you've been doing this for 40 years, whatever it is that you've been doing, you're going to be getting more energy no matter where you are in your journey. You are going to be getting a download. This is the pile who God has selected, the Most High. They say that there's an army of a few individuals that have been selected, right? 108,000. So you must be, I think it's 108, but you must be one of the 108,000, okay? Okay, I know I am. But, because when the saints go marching in, I will be in that number, baby. And you, my friend, you're one of the saints in the making. Your soul is here. I'm hearing from many of you, your soul is here to collect knowledge on earthly spiritual maintenance. I'm gonna put it like that. That's what I'm hearing. So your soul is here to collect knowledge on earthly spiritual maintenance. Some of you might be taking this knowledge back to your galaxies after you transition back over into the spirit form, and you may be taking that knowledge back to your home galaxies, your home universe, and you may be great teachers there. So you have to start with learning that lesson here. So that's for a select few who can get down at that level. So let's get some additional messages, words of wisdom, advice that Gabrielle has for you. And I just want to say thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for communicating this message to the chosen ones. What other messages do we have? Prophetic dreams and river kept coming out. Prophetic dreams and rivers definitely makes me just think about how sometimes you have prophetic dreams and you're like, I had this dream, but I can't remember the dream, or this part was hazy. So it's as if you're, that, like I was saying before, that fuzziness, that mistiness around you being able to clearly read energy, clearly read the message, it is going to dissipate. But it doesn't dissipate. Like, you have to match both. You have to, this group, you're being called, the discipline is to, and that's also what, I'm everywhere, I'm sorry. That's also what the Hermit card is, though. The discipline is required to match that masculine and that feminine within you. The masculine is the actual study, the willpower, the discipline, and the feminine is the chaos, okay, maybe I should learn about this, and just going on a whim and starting to learn about that, or joining a lecture, or taking a class, or going to a workshop, or going to visit a support group that talks about spiritual things. So, bro, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm not even looking down. I swear to you. Oh my goodness. I'm not even looking down. You got the moon, requires your patience and surrender. I'm gonna leave it there. Like, I'm freaking getting chills. I promise you. I was not looking down. That's why, because I was talking, and when I talk, I look out the window because it helps me to channel better. Because when I look at the cards, y'all, it immediately gives me messages and it clouds what I'm trying to say. So I'd be like divining twice. I'd be divining from the cards, divining from the sky. And I look at all of the nature around as well, the birds, the trees, how everything talks, like spirit talks through everything. And I'm giving you this fullness, because I don't really talk too much like that, but because I like to keep it on y'all, to focus on y'all. But I'm giving you, chosen ones, that fullness of background information, because this is where you're headed. You're becoming in tune with the fullness of nature. You're actually starting to look at the sun and notice the patterns in the clouds and saying, is that a cloud or is that a spaceship? Because not all of them are clouds. Did you know that? Okay. You're starting to be able to spot chipmunks. And chipmunks are so elusive, if that is in your natural terrain, or the small elusive creatures that live near you. You're starting to point out the moon during the sky, when they say that the moon don't never come out in the sky during the daytime. You're starting to identify those gentle, natural synchronicities that are happening, and that shit that you ain't never really paid attention to before. It's almost like being in an underground cave and coming up for so long, and you're seeing the buds on the trees, and even the bark on the tree is beautiful. It has a message. So everything for you, number chosen ones, are going to start to communicate in the format of a message. It's going to be a message, and it's all a message from God, the Most High. So this is crazy that you got Gabriel's message right next to psychic development. Come on, man. We can't make this up. So you literally, if this is what you've been wanting, yay. If it's not what you want, talk to your spiritual team and say, hey, look. And I'm hearing them say that. Okay, so I don't know where it cut off because I got a phone call, but let me just pick back up and say that I'm going to pick up from here with Gabriel's message and psychic development. I just feel that this is right on time, and that you are going to be receiving those downloads and those enhancements, and that you will be learning about your gift a lot more, so that you can dispel fears naturally. I was saying before that you're going to be learning as you enter your hermit mode, and that's the message that Gabriel's trying to tell you. It's a message of encouragement, if we had to put it in a nutshell, to encourage you to go into this hermit mode, so that way you can surrender to the power that is trying to be downloaded into you. That power is going to come in whether you like it or not, because you are one of the chosen ones. You are one of the members from the celestial army that is here to help illuminate and to help fight. Some of you are warriors. Some of you chosen ones are the healers. Some of you are the I'm hearing the word analytical, but that's not the word. The person who creates the tactic. For example, like you have maybe the person who fights on the battlefield, you have the person who creates the plan for the fight on the battlefield, and you have the person who heals the people who were on the battlefield from the plan. So it's kind of like a holy trinity, if you think about it, right? So all of you who are in this group number chosen one, I'm gonna stop saying that, but all of you that are in this group that are in group one, you're one of those forms of spiritual energy that's really, I'm really feeling that resonating from something that your soul should be working towards, or your soul is ready to start working towards. So this process will require your patience, okay, as you learn, because it's not going to happen in 3 months, 2 months, 6 months. But sometimes when we really dedicate ourselves to learning something, you know how like you spend time with somebody and you get lost in the moment because you were having such a good freaking time. This is what can also happen. It's like you can timeline jump. So as you really lock in on your discipline, as you really lock in on your discipline and become more disciplined, you're going to see your gifts unfold faster. So essentially, the more that you put in discipline wise, the faster you're going to see the results. And this doesn't mean burn yourself out. It just means to take it seriously. Don't approach your shit delicately, because really what you are embarking on with Archangel Gabriel's message is that you're ready to master yourself. You're ready to move away from dogmatic ideologies that had you in particular, you number one, I ain't talking to number two, I ain't talking to number three right now, I'm talking to you number one. There's something about your energy, there's something about you that we have to get you to command your power back into yourself. Whether you surrendered your power to drugs, substance abuse, you surrendered your power to a lover who dogs you. I don't even want to insult a dog, but who treats you like crap. Whether you've surrendered your power to just catering to everybody else, you've surrendered your power just to being a career person. That's not saying I was one of those people who's just like work. I'll miss Christmas. I worked on Christmas. I worked on Thanksgiving. I don't give a shit. Work. But there's something that you miss. You miss that relationship with self, and that relationship with source, and that relationship with the God in you. And it's a wrap, baby. That's why if shit feels like kind of like it's going wrong in your life, or like things feel a little like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Things are getting a little razzle-dazzled lately. It's because they're trying to shake it up, to shake you up, to get your attention onto self, because it's time for you to surrender to the power that wants to come into you. And then it says to do the shadow work. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. I do feel like, this card always comes out. I feel like out of that deck that I created, this one is the one that comes out the most. Do the shadow work. I'm like, yeah, well, I am the shadow work shaman. But yeah, seriously, guys. Doing the shadow work as to what your fears are regarding your spiritual gifts, nature. It could be I grew up Christian and my mom or my dad or my grandma or my uncle, or I had a pastor or a preacher over this. My mom is a deacon, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be that you want to move away from that. I don't feel like this is the group that's going towards religion. I'm going to keep it a being with you. Not that there's anything wrong with religion, but if you are still indoctrinated in a strong religious programming, I invite you to look up what the word religion means, the etymology of the word religion, not the definition, different. The etymology of the word religion. Once you see that, that is what you are walking away from. That is what you are leaving. What religion does is what you are relieving yourself of, to step back into your own divine power. This is not to denounce or to be disrespectful. This is to announce, pronounce, proclaim, and to assign divinity onto yourself, because you have that birthright. And you're actually, my number ones, you're learning your birthright. Okay, you're learning what your birthright is. That's what you're doing. And I'm hearing this is going to be a journey that takes up to 7 years for many of you. But once you get to that 7-year mark, and while you might be saying 7 years, well, 1 year per chakra. So it's almost as if you're going through chakra magic training. There might be a course out there on that. Maybe I need to create that course, or maybe you're going to create that course. But it's almost like you're going to be spending a year with each chakra, and that chakra is going to teach you a little bit about your magic. And again, if you really commit yourself, it may not take 7 years. It can be completed within 1 year, within a few months, as you will command more in your power, step more into that magician, because that's what the fuck he looks like. He is a magician. As you step more into that, you'll be able to command your will more. You'll be able to understand how to manipulate time. This is the group that does high magic. Okay, y'all got some high-level sorcerers and sorceresses in here. We can't even call you a witch. You're a sorcerer. Okay, baby? Time travel, astral projection. I mean, high level stuff. So that's why I was sensing like there's different levels. Some of you are just getting into this. Some of you, man, I've been into this and I'm feeling bored. That's why I've been distracting myself with other shit. Because Spirit's like, get your ass over here, come back. We got some more work to do. Here, I'm ready to take you to the next level. And that's what you're doing. You're going to the next level in your magical craft. Ashe, baby. It's time to meditate in the moon. The moon is all about that illuminated psychic ability. Meditation right now is going to be your best friend, number one. And there's so many forms of meditation. Perhaps that is going to be your focus point of study under the hermit. Maybe you need to see what transcendental, I'm thinking transformative meditation, but I'm sure there's that too. But transcendental meditation, what that is versus Hathic meditation versus all the types of meditations. I don't know. There's so many fucking meditations. I don't know. I just call it meditation. God damn it. And I do what I want because I am a chaos magician. I am the sorceress. And I believe that you too are going to feel that way about yourself by the end of your spiritual journey. So pile ones, if you want a friend along that journey, I am here. I offer both free and investable services. I suggest the investable ones because we can dive a little deeper, but for an introduction, or if you just want to meet your girl, hang out, chill, you know, I do have a really beautiful free alignment call. It has no solicitation. Get it while supplies lasts. But until next time, I must say, check out my blog. There's a lot of stuff on there. I think this group needs it, okay? Love Naturally is out. Till next time. Bye, pile one. Chosen ones. Okay, pile number two. Pile number two, what it do? Welcome to your reading as we uncover the messages that Archangel Gabriel, the messenger archangel of God's holy army, is trying to convey to you. All right. So we're going to be using a different deck from the other two piles. Okay, every pile gets their own deck. All right. These messages, we're going to leave it open, see what are the crucial things that want to come through. I just want to say, going into your reading, pile number two, by the way, we have already protected this circle so that only messages read in divine love, wisdom, and truth are allowed through Ashe. But going into your reading, I did hear like a little birdie. It was a little bird chirping quite happily. And it just made me feel that maybe that this is the group that may have some rebirth or something new that you are hatching, or it could be something that you are working on, that you're being called to work on to start to hatch, or just a new opportunity is starting to hatch for you. So without further ado, we're going to call on Archangel Gabriel or Gabriella, okay, and ask for her wisdom and guidance in this reading. What messages do you have for my number twos? Excuse me, Fod. Okay, number two. Let's get one more, y'all. All right. Okay, so I'm feeling called to put it in this order, and I'll do something different that I didn't do with the first pile. I'm going to flip all of them over at the same time. With the first group, I didn't do that, but I feel like your message needs to be looked at in full altogether. So let's do a little bit of that. Maybe just that. Okay. There we go. All right. Just so we're being respectable here. Okay, so we have here, as you can see, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, just holding this up real quick. You have here the Three of Cups. And then y'all have the Star card. If I can get homegirl right, she good now. Star card in reverse, obviously. So what I'm seeing immediately... Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there is a call for your attention. With this little birdie on her head here, there's a call for your attention to look in another direction. Now, follow me on this, because it's going somewhere. That other direction, let's take a look at these coins here in the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles represents the end of a cycle, the close of a cycle, or the full culmination, where the point you're able to collect, you're able to cash in and receive reward. And that's the beautiful part. That's the light. The shadow part of it also represents that you have reached the top of a pinnacle. And if you're okay with coasting there, that's great. But there's also a call, as I said. Her head is turned in a direction like she's hoarding this money here. I don't know why I'm using the word hoarding, but it's almost like she's keeping this money in a hoard here, but there's some more harvest that's here. And what I'm feeling is there's an opportunity that is calling you in a different direction, where, okay, at first you may not be this professional, top tier professional with as far as maturity and experience, meaning that you might not have as much clout, leverage, or influence, or educational knowledge, training, etc. in this direction. But if you look even closer, it's so interesting how your message is talking. You may be a group that have might be a lot of logical thinkers, more intuitive, more than intuitively. May not be the case for everybody, but anyhow, the fruit on this vine is higher than the fruit on the vines over here. So I feel that the message that Gabrielle has for you, who's represented for me by this beautiful little birdie right there, the message that Gabrielle has for you is to seek harvest in a new direction. So again, if I had to say that as a beautiful, clean way to begin seeking harvest in a new direction. So with this Eight of Swords, I feel that for some time you may, and this could be a new feeling, but I feel that you may have had some second guesses or doubts, or just some intuitive calling to feel that you're at a completion of a particular path. For many of you, I do feel like this is your career, or this could be a relationship as well. So this is something in either category, or apply it to how you need to, where you're at the finality. It could even be like a living arrangement, like I live with this person forever, I've been living at home with my mom forever, I've been living with my sister as a roommate forever. Something where you've put a lot of energy, you've put a lot of stock, you've put a lot of time, you've put a lot of training, you've put a lot of love, you put a lot of sweat and tears, you've put a lot of contributions energetically towards it. But it's okay to grow on its own. It's like when something is matured, the bird leaves the nest. It doesn't still need to stay home. It doesn't still need that protection from mama. In wildlife, our animals display the same thing. It doesn't need to stay tucked under the wing of the parent. If you hear an animal in the background, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. Anyway, it eventually leaves the wing or leaves the nest of the mother to find its own way. And I'm feeling that for some of you, you may have been blocked or felt blockages or preventions from being able to excel forward because of naysayers. Now, they just may be saying nay because they don't want... They're comfortable with how you are representing in their life. This could be your mother, this could be your husband, this could be your wife. There's something about maybe you dedicating a little bit more attention to your dream. Oh, that's what it is. Oh yeah, this is a slow burn read, baby. This is a slow burn read. Number 2's, it's interesting you pick number 2 because that's split energy, right? There's something about you right now giving more attention to your dream and your dreams, even though you may not have supporters around you. All right, so I ain't gonna lie, I got hungry, so I had to go get a little piece of chicken and a piece of French fry. But I'm back, okay? There's something to that. Like, there's a part of your soul that's hungry. And I will also say that I keep getting distracted. Like, I feel like my attention is getting divided. And I feel that for some of you, you may be very committed. Okay, so for real, Pal 2. I just knocked over the deck and this card was face upright. So we're going to look at the Sun card next. But Pal 2, I really feel like for you, there are a lot of distractions around you right now. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of people who got stuff going on. They want you to come to this. They want you to sponsor this. They want you to help them with that. They want you to do this. Like, there's a lot of, let's move you down a little bit. There's a lot of distractions that are around you. And I think you're having some problems with saying no because it's maybe a lifestyle that you've learned to embrace. It's a lifestyle that you've worked towards, that you have. It's a lifestyle that you have, period. Ain't nothing really after that. No commas, a period. But there's still something that is restrictive in it. There's some part of you where you're like, I still don't feel whole. I still don't feel complete. I still don't feel total. I still don't feel like I have everything that I actually want, because you should. You're at the 9 of Pentacles. You've put in the work. And I know 10 of Pentacles can really represent the full culmination of things, but the 9 of Pentacles is like that final step. It's like, all right, I'm here. It's my final step. And I'm at the top of my game professionally, or whatever field that you're in creatively. If you're creative, if you're professional creative, you know what I'm saying? You're at the top of that. You're at the point where you don't have to worry to look for work. You know what I'm saying? Type vibes. But where you can afford that fun lifestyle. But there's something that Archangel Gabriel is asking you to give a try. You can continue working in the field, but you're always going to feel a nudge. You're always going to feel this inner knocking to look behind this door, to look in this direction, because there's still, with all of your professional accolades, with all of your expertise, there's still something that doesn't feel full. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that food was good, but I think it needed a little bit more salt. I think it needed a little bit less mustard. You know what I'm saying? So here's you adding the salt and the mustard, but really, that's why I'm feeling like the Star card for you is in reverse, because it's not that fullness that the Sun is going to give to you. So my friends, we're going to get some more cards to dig a little deeper, but Archangel Gabriel is asking you to shine your light towards another direction that is going to bring you to that full feeling. So right now, if you're feeling, and you see how, excuse me, I'm jumping, but you see how this is a baby on there? So this is something where you're new in this field. You're not, and that's what you're afraid of. A lot of this is also your ego with the Sun card here. It's like that there's an ego death that has to happen, because you have the Sun and the Star. And what is the Sun? The Sun is not a celestial body. It is a star. Well, it might be the celestial body type is a star, but I don't know if stars are considered celestial bodies. Nonetheless, and I hear a little birdie again. That's what I was feeling. It's like this new birthing, this new hatching, this new, if it's not a project, you're the project. You're going, it could be going back to school. It could be getting in it, but this is it could be like a subcategory of what you're already doing. But again, my friend, this is not something that you've done before. You're fresh. This is virgin territory for you. And one thing I want to point out is you're smiling. Going towards this is making you smile. This is not a worried, troublesome face. And look at that sun behind. Look at how your angels, your ancestors, your most high, your supreme, your source of all light and energy is right on your back, watching over you, sending you love, sending you joy, comfort. And what else does the sun do? What does the sun do when it is in its comedic form of Ra? Protects. So this is a protected path that I won't say like as in pile 1 there was like an inevitability. It's like, nah, motherfucker, you are doing this. But for you, pile number 2, you have a choice, okay? And it's not a part of your fate or destiny. If anything, it's an optional destiny. It's an optional fate. If anyone has ever had that choice before, right? You have this decision to really feel true and full fulfillment by entertaining. And notice I'm saying entertaining. Entertaining literally with your friends less, or those distractions less, and giving back into entertaining. Let's see what it is, because I'm hearing for a few of you, I hear relationship and I hear profession, then I hear relationship and I hear profession. So there's like 2 main categories of people, and there's a small category of people where you're hesitant to leave. Like you live with people, or you live in a group setting, you live with a group of people, however it is your arrangement, and you want to leave. That's a small group. And then others, I feel like it's a relationship or career, you know. So let's get clarity a little bit more. Archangel Gabriel, unfold this message a little bit more for me. Just a few more, and then we'll get some direct wisdom from a different deck. So look, we have 2, and then I say this is a fresh, new thing. So, okay, thank you, Gabrielle. So with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, the Knight and the Page are the youngest of the suits when we look at the different type of suits. So with this coming up, this is reaffirming for me 2 things, all right? But the first one I'm going to just repeat a little bit, and that is reaffirming that this path is one where you have no prior experience, or the prior experience that you have is real basic. And here's the thing about it. Notice that the cup is the suit that appears. This is something that in your emotional body, in your heart of hearts, you feel. That's why I'm juggling between, all right, this is that. Because normally I can pinpoint the energy like clear. But for this group, this is about what your emotional body, what your heart, what your soul. It could be, I want to live in Germany and I want to move to Berlin. I want to teach English to students in Kyoto. I want to live somewhere in British Columbia so that way I can finish writing my novel. This is, you heard the bird in the background. I don't know if you heard it. That's what this dream is. That bird noise. It just, and this, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like where I live in my complex, I'm trying to keep her private, but where I live in my complex, we have running water outside, just like a creek, and it looks just like this. And it has all these beautiful type of loons and herons and all type of beautiful birds and wildlife. So my point is, there's something about you going towards and getting what you want, because this is the Star card. This is the card where your wish can be fulfilled. You know, this is where you get the genie in Aladdin, all right? This is where, and this almost looks like a lamp. All you have to do is rub the lamp and talk to the blue genie. Hold on. Talk to the blue genie that comes out of the lamp. Tell it what you want. And away on your magic carpet, you fly. What is the genie? The genie is you. I'm a jinn. Imagination. You have to imagine this lifestyle. You've already done it because it's a part of your inner dream. This is a childhood dream. Let's talk real. Come on, Spirit. I told you this gonna be a slow burn. This is a childhood dream. And Spirit, Archangel Gabriel is saying, look, you might be like very fortified financially, this group. And if not, that's all right. But anyhow, some of you are saying, I'm fortified. Y'all fortified, but y'all like to underscore it. Like, nah, I ain't that good. Like, man, you got mad money. Like, no, man, I don't got it. Anyway, this is about you pursuing your childhood dream. You don't get two horses. Horses, whenever you see a horse come up symbolically for you, know that means forward movement. Because I said it before and I say it again. You ever seen a horse run backwards? If you can find a horse running backwards, please pin it so I can see it. Because I want my mouth to be agape, all right? I want my shit to be blown. Because I ain't never seen that. A horse running full speed backwards. So my point is that it's about forward movement, forward progression towards your childhood dreams. And that's why I was saying there were some naysayers. People saying, man, you ain't gonna be no producer. Oh, so now, all right, you went to medical school all this time and now you want to produce beats? Something like that. Okay? Something to that effect. That's just a very loose example. But they hating on you. Because again, for some people, it's going to affect their lifestyle. For others, it's going to affect some people. You have a lot of people that really love you, though. So it's not just like, oh, you got haters around you and people want to hate you. No. This is about people love you. Number two. Hello. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You in that really cute shirt. Oh, that's cute. And I like them pants you put with it. Yes. Is it comfortable? Good. It's cute. It look real cute on you. Anyhow. People freaking love you. They love you. And because they love you, they want you to themselves. And not in a selfish way, like in a dark energy. Like, they want to spend so much time with you. Like, if you have kids, your kids love you. Oh my gosh, they love you. If you have pets, your pets love you. If you have a partner, your partner loves you. Your friends, they love you. Your mom, she loves you. And I'm saying loosely because obviously this is not going to pertain to every person that's watching. But think about it. Like, the people that rock with you, they love you. You're like favorite person on a list every time. Like, if people had a favorite persons list, you like number one. And it'd be a shock if you were number two. Okay, so that's why you may have people who are scared that you're gonna go off and do this because they don't want you to change. They don't want to lose the thing that they love. You're their teddy bear, even if you're not. Just energetically, you are their comfort, their peace, their security, their protection, their sense of stillness. You extend that. And perhaps what you're being called towards is to find a way to extend that through either your creative art or through your academic art. Because I do feel like this is a logical group. But maybe you've worked in your logical mind for so long in your lifetime that you're now being called to work in that creative mind space. And that's why it's so new. It's like, oh man, I've never done this before, or haven't done this in a while, or I've always wanted to do this, and I can't believe that I'm making quilts and I'm selling them on Etsy and they're fucking selling out. And there's something like that. There's either you did this one way and now you're trying a new approach, or it's a whole new lane of learning. I also feel that this is a call for some people who are thinking about becoming therapists or healers in a way, and not like, people always say, you're a healer, you're gonna be a healer. I don't mean it like that. I'm giving you specifics, dog. Like, listen up. And when I say dog, I mean like from the dog star, serious, okay, baby? But what I feel like, you're a healer in a way where you may not be doing things like I'm doing, where I'm doing readings for people, or I do Reiki for people, or consultations, which, by the way, get you one. I have amazing services. I have investable ones as well as free ones, okay? So check a girl out, if you want to just link up, or if you really want to change and metamorphosize your life. However, you may offer things like where you just open a music house and you just allow artists to come and jam out and make their own music in your studio. And it's like a very logical approach to it, and maybe very like left brain or masculine brained of an approach where it's like, okay, you built a studio, but it's like, no, I built a studio, and now artists are able to put their healing music out. So there's something like that. Or maybe you'll make crystal bowls, and while you're not playing the crystal bowls and you're not using them in a therapeutic way to actually do sound healing, you are providing those healers out there who can use that. So do you see how like you're a part of the chain of a command, or like the chain of effect? That is what I'm feeling for you. And that is what you're being called to do. Because now in your career, you have the time. You have the time because you have the money. So maybe that's why you're being called to pull back a little bit from this little party lifestyle. Your little friends a little bit. No, not a lot, because you need that social balance. Because it's good for, it's good therapy. Social, having good, active, positive, active social circle. It's good therapy, but in balance. So let's get you a few direct messages and advice from Archangel Gabriel, number 2. I'm really excited. I didn't say this in Pile 1. I don't know if I'll say it in Pile 2, but Pile 3, but Pile 2. You guys, I'm really excited to know what it is that your childhood dream was. Like, what is it that you're being called to do? What's your childhood dream? What is the one thing that you feel like you never really had the support, or that maybe people would not really understand? Ashe, the birth crow in the background, that people wouldn't understand if you did it. Somebody, Hecate, somebody who is here, their head is Hecate, and she says hello. I've never channeled that before during a reading, but Hecate just now says hello, and Odin to somebody. Ooh, I just got chills. Anyhow, but I just want to say to you, wow, and I can hear them in the back of my building. Ashe, somebody's energy is very powerful. I want to just let you know that please pursue this childhood dream. Please put out your work. Please support others, because your work is a supportive system to others, and you don't realize how you do, because you've done it before. You've built that empire before, so you fucking know what you can do, babe. You know. Oh, you know. And if you don't know, now you know, Negro. Okay? Now you know. 11. Portal. This is an opening. This is a sign for you that you are at that point in a timeline, in a universal, cosmic, dimensional alignment where you can easily jump into, whenever you're watching, jump into alignment with creating this, and it will progress and grow fast. Just like I said, notice how this has less coins on this side, meaning less time, less input, less energy that you had to put into it, but it produced way more fruits. You put more time and more energy into both of this, but the more abundancy of fruits appear on this vine. So I do feel like you. And again, with the 11, I feel like I'm seeing it as 1 and 1. So you can still keep a balance of the 2, because 1 and 1 is 2, right? So this is also for those of you who are afraid of, like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not saying, you know what, fuck your jobs and go out and just live your dreams, man. Just live your dreams, man. I wish I could tell you that and get away with telling you that without liabilities. But we don't live in that type of system. So what I do mean to say is that for those of you who have reservations or concerns, I'm feeling Archangel Gabriel is communicating that you'll be able to have both. So you'll still be able to work your job or have your professional career if you're not ready to give that up. Because like I said, people love you. And I forgot, professionally, if you're a leader, your team, oh my gosh, your team loves you. Like, they are the team that's like thinking, okay, so Michael's birthday or Sandra's birthday is coming up in April. So what are we going to get her? Mind you, you're Michael or Sandra the boss, right? Like, and mind you, it's December. So they're thinking in December what they're going to do for you for your birthday in April, bro. Like, this is how your employees and your team loves you. So there's something about maybe you feeling responsibility to this life that you've created. Again, that goes back to that lifestyle I was talking about. So you feeling this responsibility to have to still monitor, be there, be present. But point I'm making is you can do both. You can do both. You can live by workingly, okay? You can enjoy the harvest of what you've already put your energy towards and start to experience and expand in something more, all right? And who knows, once you do that, you might even be able to bring along a few friends. You know, you're like the person who's the CEO of a company, but you have a private hobby that you make beer, and your beer sells like a lot at like Total Wines or something like that. Like, that's you. the situation requires prayer. I do feel like for some of you, if you're feeling anxiety, because I'm not gonna lie, we did have the Eight of Swords come out before. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling like your path is blocked, or if you're feeling overwhelmment from this decision or from the inner pressure that you might feel that is building up, pray. Okay, and if prayer is not something that you're comfortable with, speak, because that's all that prayer is. Just speak aloud, speak to a friend, speak to a loved one who's crossed over that you really trust to be an angel in your life, or speak to an angel itself. And if that is too divine and holy for you, my first question is, what are you doing here? But all are welcome. So I would say speak to an external version of yourself. Project yourself out. The best way to do that, if visualization is a challenge for you, do it in a mirror. Speak in a mirror. Speak back to yourself and literally look yourself in the eyes. Because when you look your own self in your eyes, you're looking into your own soul. And that way you will begin to extract answers. And if those answers don't come to you right away, you have to be very, very good at listening, though. So it's not just speak. Listen to the responses that you're getting intuitively, internally, and allow that to guide you towards what and how you're ready to do. And however this applies in your life, okay? Relationship, career, project, relocation, okay? And didn't I say that you're being protected with the sun? Oh yeah, there's a lot of protective energy. If this is a group of, I'm sensing a lot of earth signs or people who have a high earth archetypal energy in their chart. So you may tend to store anxiety when it comes to something that disrupts your finances. Water signs are like that too. I'm not gonna lie. Really, almost every sign is. But air, more flighty. They can, they're Hermes, so they're the fastest, the messenger god. They're the fastest of all the elements. So air can tend to work around things and navigate and bounce back quicker. Earth, my point that I'm making, is takes the longest time to adjust, to change. So if you're not a Capricorn, if you're not a Taurus, if you're not a Virgo, that's okay. Or if you don't have those strong prominent placements, that's okay too. But right now, celestially, you are being highly influenced whenever you're watching by those energies. And I do feel like those energies are impacting you in a way where you might be concerned about fluctuations or changes in your stability in the mountain and the earth that you've already settled and founded, whether that be your relationship, whether that be your finances, whether that be your career. All right, but no matter what, my point that I'm making is you're protected. Like, don't be so afraid. The other word I'm hearing them say is timid. Some of you are being timid. Okay, so timid. Don't be so timid. That's why you had this dream ever since you were a kid. What do you think? You had this dream just because you're a freaking weirdo who wants that dream? You had this dream ever since you were a kid because you descended. This is your source. Popped you down onto this earth to carry out that mission. This dream was directly bestowed upon you to deliver onto us. No matter how small, no matter how large. Cry this out. The stress that you're feeling, I feel that tears will allow the emotional release to go through. Some of you might need to speak to a therapist or a trusted friend, a trusted spiritual leader in a respected spiritual order that you follow. Talk to someone who can give you, that can honestly just listen. I'm hearing that you don't need an opinion, because I think that's what got you into this in the first place. That's why I recommend speaking to a third party who doesn't know you. A third party stranger doesn't know you. You can speak freely, because really at the end of the day, you're like, I don't know that person. Fuck them. Fuck them and what they think about my life story. I don't even know them. Okay? But when we talk to a friend, we might leave certain things out, because at the end of the day, they will know your story, and you might be a little bit concerned about judgments that you can receive later on in different dynamics, or later on in life within your relationship with them. So speaking to someone in a general profession that supports mental health may help you to address the underlying emotions attached to your anxieties in this group. Something about your back, your shoulders, okay? So I also feel with this group that you're carrying a lot of weight, or you've been carrying a lot of weight. And this could even have manifested within you physically. I'm not really trying to touch on that. I'm really sticking to the messages that Gabriel has given. But there's something about the weight. Not that you're wearing the weight of the world, but it's like the weight of like your family. Like you're the provider, or you're the one that everyone leans on, or something like that, right? So it's something about, even if it's just in your immediate household, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I do everything. I'm always the one doing the laundry, doing the cleaning, doing the blah, doing the da, doing the la, doing the za. There's something like that. So you're being invited to look at how you can receive support in a little bit more as well. And your dedication and discipline is required. How I feel for that is that as you pursue this new venture, it's not going to be something that's so easy. And it may be a little bit of an adjustment, because what you were doing as the professional before 3311 on the timer, as I just said that, it might be easy. Like you might be the person who can show up to work, or just be, and I keep going to work, excuse me y'all, this is not a work setting, but please try to apply the analogy into your example for how it fits for you. But it's like showing up to work, or like waking up in your house and you know exactly that to make the eggs, to make the bacon, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just know the routine of your day. Like get the tea going, let the dogs out, shit like that. Or you get to work and, all right, yeah, I know what to do. Click this, sign in, say hello to this guy, sign off on that. It's like no challenge. It's great because it's a system that you feel comfortable in, but there's no challenge. So I feel that as you transition towards this new thing, this new path, this new version, there's going to be more challenge for you. And it's going to work your discipline and dedication muscles. It's not going to be as easy because you're coming from something where you're more seasoned. So it's like, all right, I was a pastry chef forever, and I practiced pastries in France. And now you're learning how to make meats in Brazil. Totally different culture, totally different type of food, totally different everything, okay? But both equally delicious. So this is going to, but remember, this is how you get to the sun. This is how you get back to the sun, baby. This is how you reach the sun, period. And oh, the things you will build. My friend, that completes your reading. If you want more from me, everything that you need is in the description. But I think I've kept you long enough. Until next time, Love Naturalee's out, baby. Pile number 3. 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 Welcome to your reading as we assess what are the messages that Archangel Gabriel, who is the messenger archangel of God's holy army, right? So we want to see what messages has Gabriel been trying to reach out to you and make clarity of that. So far, each group has been quite different. So let's see what number 3 has. As I am channeling and tapping into your energy, by the way, I have already protected this circle with our angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides standing at their points. Okay, so the circle has been casted. But there is an incredible amount of warm wind. Now, mind you, where I'm at right now, I'm in the northeastern hemisphere of the USA. It's quite cool. Original time of recording is in March, and we're at the turn of spring, so it's still quite cool. But the point that I'm trying to make is the air that's coming through is very warm. It's very comforting. The word that it's making me feel is sensual. Now, I'm not in a sensual mood at the moment, but it's a very sensual kind of feel. It's like sunset on a beach somewhere in the tropics. So there's something I feel that's coming into you that's going to bring a lot of ease, or bring in a lot of comfort into your lifestyle. Just one moment, need to hydrate. But yeah, it's bringing comfort into your lifestyle. But I feel like maybe you need to speak up about something, because as I'm talking and tapping into that energy, I'm feeling like almost like gravel. in my throat or sand in my throat. So this could be that you're relocating to a beach, or this could be the group where travel is calling you. This could be developing a travel lifestyle, or this could be, and however that fits, if you become a travel influencer or just someone who makes travel a very important part and piece of your life. It could also mean that you might be planning or initiating some travel soon that could be connected to the work that you do outside of being an influencer. So let's just see, Archangel Gabriel, what messages do you have for my pile number 3? Okay. All right, so you guys are the only ones who got 5 cards. I feel called to do this one at a time. Okay, so the first card you have here is the 7 of Swords. And this is Virgo energy. What I feel like, again, with that voice, there's something that that wind is picking up again. There's a truth that you're going to be either acknowledging yourself in pronouncing or proclaiming or saying to the world, saying to your loved ones, or an inner truth that will be coming through, or there's a truth that's coming into you. Now, let me dig a little bit deeper. I'm about to sneeze, so there's something about truth. Okay, hold on. I do feel like this truth is going to be something that is affecting another party. I feel like this could be a truthful revelation within your relationship. This could be that you're realizing that a relationship is no longer for you, or that you want to take your relationship to the next step in your current status that you are with an individual. Or if you're single, you're ready to actually be in a relationship. But again, I do feel like this is something to do with another person, and you speaking your truth or being vocal about a truth, an inner truth, something that needs to be shared. And this doesn't have to be daunting. This could be, or it could be the person wants to share something with you. This could also mean that there's a marriage proposal coming in. There's something, I don't feel bad. Like, I don't feel like this is negative energy, because a lot of times when we say, oh, there's a truth that's going to be revealed, I'm like, personally, if I do like a reading on YouTube with another reader, I'm like, click off. I don't need that. Look, I always say, I don't need nobody speaking them spells over me. If I am the creator of my own existence and my own reality, then I'm going to not allow that information to be programmed into my subconscious mind. And I don't choose that timeline. You don't have to accept the timelines that readers give you, baby. That's one thing I want you to know. For me to bring that up, I feel like there's a timeline shift perhaps occurring for you. There's something about you being truthful with yourself, or you stepping into a more truer version of your life. I was feeling something about your lifestyle earlier with your traveling, etc. So there could be an inner truth that you're ready to allow to shine, and that inner truth is a good transition. It's a good feeling truth. It's not something that's hidden and you're going to be like, oh shit, I can't believe. And if this is a truth coming in from another person, this is someone confessing something to you. I always have admired you. I've always wanted to collaborate with you. I've always loved you. I always wanted to marry you. Will you do it? I've always wanted you to move in with me. Will you do it? So there's some type of dynamic there. Wow. 7-7, babe. Look at this. So we have Pisces energy and Virgo energy, the polars, right? Because Pisces is the polarity of Virgo. Both are the high magicians of the I'll say of the zodiac. Virgo, I believe, is the magician card, right? Pisces, yeah, some people say the moon card. Some people say Pisces is, well, I always associate Pisces with the moon card, to be quite honest, but sometimes that's Cancer, sometimes that's Scorpio. Anyhow, I digress. With the 7-7, I'm just feeling like lucky. There's a lucky change, a lucky shift that's happening in the emotional department of your life, in the things that you love to do. I do feel like this could be an enhancement and an enhancement and an enrichment. That's what it was. An enhancement and enrichment into your current lifestyle and the current things that you're doing, the hobbies that you're participating within, the items that you're able to buy. This could be that your partner, if you're in a committed relationship or dealing with someone who is able to and wants to support you financially, maybe they're getting some type of a bonus, and the truth is, hey, I didn't want you to know I've been working on this for this whole time, and now we have the money to finally move to closer to your childhood home, or closer to your mom, or closer to your dad, or closer to where we always wanted to live. So I feel that there's a shift that is going to be happening that Archangel Gabriel is wanting you to know, and I'm going to find out why he wants you to know, Archangel Gabriel wants you to know this, because I do feel like there's some degree of preparation that you are responsible for doing. So we have here the Five of Coins and the Three of Cups. And then we have here the Queen of Swords. More Virgo energy. More Pisces energy. For many of you, this truth is about you being true with yourself. To allow forth this change, to allow forth the birth of this new type of way that you're going to be living. For some of you, it could be that you're going to confess to your partner that you want to be poly, or you want to explore maybe a threesome, or there's some type of change that you have been hesitant to explore or hesitant to welcome in. That right now you're at a point in your life where Archangel Gabriel is saying, I'm sensing that I have your back. Like, I have your back to speak up right now. I have your back for you to be honest. I have your back for you to start being truthful. And sometimes when we're truthful in that way, not everything makes it to the next level of where we're going. You see how that fruit is being thrown out in the fire, or it's like there's a collection of items that's being thrown away into the fire. This again could be just old personality characteristics and personality traits that caused you to hide, dim, or cover up that were already inside of you. This is very much so making me feel like Archangel Gabriel is asking you to remember who you are. If you know anything about Virgo, this Virgo glyph coming here twice, and especially on the Queen of Swords, Virgo is about self-care, care of the self. Virgo is the healer of the zodiac, and you don't have to be a Virgo or anything like that. I'm just talking about the archetypal energy that's appearing here in the cards, and what is really impressing upon you in this reading is you don't have to Virgo is the healer of the zodiac, and I feel that a lot of these cards are in reverse because you're also learning how to accept and receive healing into your life. One of the changes that's happening for you, or one of the inner truths that's being revealed to you, is that you are learning how to care, or you're learning how to care for yourself. You're learning how to care more in your relationships. And it's not like you didn't care before, with that horn in the background. But it's not as if you didn't care before. It's just you're becoming softer. Some would say more feminine, more receptive. Masculine, if you're male, female, they, them, doesn't matter how you identify gender-wise. I'm talking about energy, baby. There's something about your nature softening up, throwing out the old ways within yourself and allowing that inner truth to come to light, so that when your partner tells you, I want to marry you, or when you meet that person, or if you're already married, or so that because there's something about you connecting and bringing trueness and wholeness within you, so that way you're able to have trueness and more wholeness within your other relationships. There's like a twofold thing that's happening for you, pile 3. It's like Archangel Gabriel is not only just giving you the tools and the message that, hey, the message is your message. Like, what is your message? Like, the message is literally your message. What is the message that you have to speak? What is the message? What is the story that you've never told? There are some things that maybe you've never told, that you've had to hide, that you've had to shun, that you've had to shut. And I know this is getting a little deep, and I just say like it didn't feel like heavy energy, and it still doesn't feel like heavy energy because you have the Queen of Swords here. So I feel like you're a big kid now, you're a big girl now, you're a big boy now. You know people go through trauma, and maybe that trauma has made you too cold, where you've been too cold to yourself and you've given self-neglect in the emotional department or whatever. So there's something about you throwing away those traumas, and when I say throwing them away, we can never really escape them, but throwing away painful memories that have connected you or kept you tethered to this this ice box, to this icy version of yourself that you felt that you had to project out into the world. This swords up attitude, and you're softening up. And that softening up is bringing love in. That's why I feel like these cups are reversed. It's bringing love in to you. It's bringing in more sweetness in your relationships. Because let's think about it. The Three of Cups in our traditional Rider-Waite tarot is celebration. It's good times. It's fun. It's joyful. But as it is showing here, it could also mean overindulgence. It could also mean negligence in responsibilities because you're too caught up in the party scene or caught up in the good time. So I'm not saying that that's what you have been doing, but I do feel that as far as the negligence, I think that you have been negligent to allowing yourself to feel good, negligent to allowing yourself to feel that goodness within your relationships and however they appear. So I feel that you, my friend, my beautiful number 3, you're ready to feel whole again, or not even whole again, because it's not a wholeness. I don't think you feel incomplete when I'm tapping into this energy. I feel like you're ready to feel like a new version. Like, I'm tired of being this way, or I'm tired of not trusting people. I'm tired of... And it's not about what's beautiful in this energy is it's not about you pointing outward. You're not saying, I'm tired of people doing this to me and I'm good to people and blah, blah, blah. That's not the energy, because that's never the energy that gets anything done, because everything is a reflection of you. So you're at this point where you're looking at your reflection. You're like, oh shit, this is the currency that I've been putting out. This is how I've been behaving. This is why this happens. It's not like, why does this happen? Because I'm a good person. It's like, oh, this happens because I am this person. And you're taking all of that knowledge with these stars right here, and Virgo is the only one that can get this energy done, because Virgo is the master of analyzing golly just about anything. So using that Virgo energy to turn within, to be of servitude to self. Maybe with these other cups here, you've always had distractions with the 7 of Cups, and with the 7 of Swords, you've had maybe children and family members or whoever pulling on you. Now, even if you're not the, like, pile number 2, I felt like they were the center of their household. Like, the world needed them, and if they weren't there, like, shit hit the fan. I do feel like that for you as well, but I think that more so of it is because you've stepped into you've conformed. Like, I feel like pile 3, you've allowed yourself to conform into some type of gender role or a societal role. This is what a wife does. This is what a husband does. This is what a mother does. This is what a gay husband does. This is what a lesbian wife does. This is what a bi, this is what a, this is what that person does. And that is a part of your truth revelation, being like, you know what? I realized that I don't want to cook every day, or I am not going to be the one responsible for the garbage, or I'm not going to be the person that always has to. And it's also not, it's not really about you throwing a fit saying, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm not doing that anymore, because that's not a queen. It's about you imprinting that within your energy and making it clear to others when they don't understand, what is this coming off of your energy? And articulating that with coolness, but still having love. For some of you, you may have been too soft. If it's not like you've been too cold, you might have been too soft. And you're learning how to stand up for yourself. You're learning how to speak up a little bit more. This is literally Gabriel telling you with awakening here. You are awakening. There's a new version, pile number 3, of you that is awakening. That is a fierce, loving warrior of self. This is the most selfish, and I mean that in a most positive way, pile that I've read out of for this readings. You are stepping into a period where you are full of self to develop and improve and enhance self, because it indirectly impacts, develops, and improves and enhances your relationships. So you're doing tremendous inner work that's impacting your relationships. So let's get some more advice from Archangel Gabriel. So I have some cards here, just some open advice from Archangel Gabriel. If there's anything that we missed, something that you want us to know. Other messages from Archangel Gabriel for number 3s. My pile number 3s. What other messages do we have from Archangel Gabriel? What other messages do we have from Archangel Gabriel? I'm going to take the one that was sticking up. All right. I feel like all of these are yours and that one. I feel like there's more. I'm not going to lie. Pile number 3. I feel like you got more in here. Let's see. Anything else for pile number 3? Anything else? Yeah, I was feeling before that this might be a group where you could be, you got the most out of everybody, but that's all right. We're just going to work through it. I feel like you might be drowning yourself, drowning your sorrows. So if you've developed some type of substance habit or some substance abuse habit, or maybe you're moving away from that, and this is that new version of yourself. You could be someone who has struggled with that before, but now you're like, I'm tired of that version of me. Like, let's throw that bitch out. Let's throw that motherfucker out. And let's get the new person in. All right, come in new me 3.0 or new me 2.0. And like, I really see you doing it this time. Like, if for some of you, if you've had relapses before, I actually see you going full through it this time. And some of you might even be taking a holistic route where you're incorporating into a program. This is only for people who have, who are ready to enter recovery, who have a substance abuse issue that they are ready to face. Some of you, this doesn't apply to you because you don't have a substance abuse issue, or some of this don't apply to you because you have a substance abuse issue, but you don't know that you have a substance abuse issue and you ain't ready to face it. But those of you who are ready to face it, I do see that you are going to be incorporating there's a holistic approach as well that you may be incorporating. Psychic development. I do feel that, look, you have under divine construction and psychic development. So this could be the message from Gabriel instituting that once you kind of step into your inner truth. So I'm hearing that part of that inner truth that you're hearing, that inner voice, is your psychic gift speaking to you. So for many of you right now, your psychic gift is actively speaking to you. Like that change that you're ready to initiate, that inner truth that you're ready to proclaim and put out there, that is your inner psychic voice that is screaming through. That is your inner voice that's coming through. That is I don't want to say that's the voice to follow because I don't know what voice you're hearing, but if you know how to clearly identify your intuition and you do not have traditionally suffer from mental illness or any type of mental conditions that could cloud your identification of that inner voice, then that's what you're hearing. Okay. Outside from that, I won't really say. We have here obsessive, the number 22, and detox. With obsessive coming up, it could be that your substance is not substance abuse. It could be that you may have OCD. For some of you, you might have, because with obsessive and 22 and detox coming out like that, I feel that it could be relating to habits. So these are just obsessive compulsive habits or some form. And a lot of times when we have substance abuse or some form of addictive behavioral patterns, substance could be sex, a substance could be gambling as well. And I want to say, if you're someone who's listening and you've been playing DraftKings, see, you obviously know I'm not on the shit. Playing DraftKings. Can you play DraftKings? I guess you can. But DraftKings or sports book, like the other ones, I'm not really sure the names, but y'all know the names. Be very mindful because it's really making little gambling zombies. I'm gonna call them little gambling zombies out there. Be very mindful of these platforms and how they're using algorithms, and they're using the same social media algorithms to fixate you on their platforms. Now, I know people are making money. I know this is a great way, but I do want to say that it's a fine line between a hobby for enjoyment and something that becomes obsessive that you have to do with this repeating number. 22 also means balancing. So there's something in your life that inner truth is trying to get you to say, all right, we're not balancing this as well as we should. And you're ready to begin balancing that by counteracting these urges and behaviorisms that are maladaptive or behaviorisms that are counterproductive to where it is that you want to go. Because it's also kind of looks like the fire walk to me if you think about Tony Robbins and his fire walk that he does. And if those of you who are not familiar, it's just like, I think he lights coals up or something, and people who are participants in his programs, they walk on the fire. I'm sorry guys, I just be channeling and I don't be really looking at the screen and shit, so I'll get better at that. Scouch honor. Anyhow, they be walking in the fire. Let's do that. Let's move it down a little bit. And their feet don't get burned by the by the coals, not coils, by the coals as they're walking on the fire towards like their, it's kind of like a ceremonial ritualistic thing. I've not watched it, but the clips that I've seen, it seems pretty cool. So I do feel like you're walking on the firewalk, and the firewalk is symbolizing your transformation. This is the pile of transformation, deep transformation, deep transformation. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about the firewalk and walking away from that old habit, the old lifestyle, or walking away. It could be walking away from a person. For some of you, you know that this habit is a person. This habit may not be an addiction. This habit may, this inner truth could be that, all right, this relationship is done. No. I see now, I'm realizing that this shit is over. So it could be something to that effect. And while with follow your nose here, walk away and follow your nose. Definitely, oh my goodness, walk away, follow your nose, and it's time to switch lanes. Come on. So whatever path that you're currently on right now, if you have been questioning, should I make a transition? Is it time for me to transform? Is it time for me to change? Is it time for me to stop this? Is it time for me to start this? This is your confirmation. This is your confirmation right here. You heard it from me, Priestess Ishtah. Now, while we're here, we got more cards, don't go anywhere. If you are seeking one-on-one, deep, personal help with someone who just feels like a friend, I am like so chill and cool. And so I don't really talk about myself a lot, but I'm just going to tell you right now, like, I'm super cool, super chill. I am a Pisces, so I have an open heart. I tend to really understand the things that people go through. Book a service, all right? I have investable services, but I also, all right, this is what I'm telling you, I also have free services right now while supplies last at the original time of recording. And it's a great way. I've met so many other spiritual people or people who are new to their path, and we just talk. A lot of times we just literally talk. You get somebody you can talk to for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes that can help you with the personal goal that you have. All right, so let me help you change your life. Let me help you to follow your nose, switch that lane, and to walk away by getting you in touch with your intuition, okay? So head over to my website. Everything you need is in the description. Listen to your body. So definitely, my friends, a call with detox and listen to your body is a call, I feel like, for an inner truth in your health and addressing the healthiness around your relationships, but most importantly with yourself. Whatever it is that healthy fluff up that you need in your life, and you know what area that it needs. And I don't feel like this is a finance area. I feel like some people either here are listening with number 3's group, you either have money or you don't have money. Like, I'm not feeling like other groups. It was like, oh hell no, this is a money thing. I'm telling you, your money's gonna change it, blah blah blah. No, this is like inner fucking work. This is like, no, you have an inner truth, and there's people who want to confess things to you. And I can't stop but feeling like every inch of the work that you're going to do is going to bring you closer to a revelation of a partnership that you need. There's either a partnership, I feel like you're growing closer. For many of you, this might be the group who has a lot of singles. You're growing closer, or if you don't, even if you're not single, you're growing closer to your love. You're growing closer in love because you are increasing divine love within yourself. You're enhancing self-love. So because you are learning how to cultivate and increase that within yourself and understand your emotional scars and begin to lick those wounds clean, there's something that is going to like start to bubble. I'm seeing a cauldron bubble, but it has a love potion. So there's something that's going to be bubbling up in your love life that's going to just amplify the work, the reward of the work that you're doing within yourself. Being more confident, I believe, is one of the okay, so my video stopped recording and I don't know where it stopped, so I'm gonna have to go back a little bit. Anyhow, but I was saying before that there's a call for you to listen to your body, to get more in balance with your health, because the more in balance that you become with your health, the more you're going to see that self-love enhance and increase, and it's going to bring that self-love cultivated into your relationships with your coming in lover or with your existing lover. I do feel like that inner truth that you are stepping into is going to allow you to live a more truthful life, to feel more truthful. If you feel like you've been appearing fake when you're around your family, fake when you're around your friends, fake when you're around your lover, you're going to start appearing more truthful in those connections, more realistic. You're going to show up more authentic. This is something about you transforming into authenticity. And what I was saying before is also that feeling being more in touch and in tune with the overall healthiness of your body. You have here archangels and being more confident. You're going to be gaining more confidence to do this, and the confidence that you're going to feel is going to be more authentic because you're coming from a more authentic place. The best way to be confident is to know who you are, and that authentic, even if you have flaws, it's like, I know I have those flaws, but instead focus on this beautiful asset, no pun intended, you know what I'm saying? So it's about being able to step or you transforming to be able to step into the parts of you that you truly feel have been under nurtured or under catered to. And as you start to nurture and cater those parts of you, it's going to nurture and cater your relationships as well. With Uriel's light and guidance and the archangels, I do feel that this is encouraging you to with something with Uriel's light. There's something about your path, your divine path. I don't want to get too much into that right now because it's going to take the reading too far off. Of course, I do have a reading in my library. If you look at the pick a card kind of collection on my channel, you'll see that I have what is your divine purpose, pick a divine light, or pick a bulb. There's something I did, pick a light, I think. So I recommend that you watch the pick a light video and see what your divine purpose is, because I do feel like there's a connection to your divine purpose. Uriel does not come up for just anyone. Uriel is the kind of the angel that when I channel Uriel's energy, it's like when all else is like dark and failed, and I don't want to say this because it never happens, but if ever all other angels were busy and had to kind of turn their back on you, I feel like Uriel's light is there to guide you. And Uriel is also connected to Metatron. So there's something very powerful about you organizing your life, getting things in structure. And that is also what the Queen of Swords does. She organizes shit. She gets it into structure. She formats her life. She gets her routines in place, and she creates that flow. Because sometimes you have water flowing, and water can just go anywhere, but water knows how to naturally slowly carve against the earth to create the channels that it wants and needs to go from estuaries into ponds, into rivers, into lakes, into streams, into brooks, and then back into the river. Each one of those have been naturally carved, or if not man-made, made, but it's something about you creating with gentleness. This is not you getting to work real hard. Like, this is a feminine approach. Again, the energy is of a divine feminine energy. That's why we have the Queen of Swords, not the King of Swords. So it's about you creating those, gently kneading at that dough. You are the dough, and you are gently kneading at that dough to create the world's best rosemary focaccia bread. Okay? Because I want some rosemary focaccia right now. Let's get some more cards. And if it ain't a hell yes, it's a hell no. So again, more confirmation that some of you are within unique situations. However it appears, it could be a relationship for a lot of you, so a relationship, or it is for some of you, you're in a relationship and you're talking to somebody else and you're trying to determine if you should go to that person and leave the relationship that you're in. Yeah, well, I do feel like that newer person might be more aligned with your soul path, but this isn't a love reading, so I wouldn't make any decisions based off of not getting a personal reading, and really don't make any decisions until you've scanned your own intuitive knowing and move from there. But yeah, clear audience, you have a lot of psychic cards here. I know I pulled more for y'all than anyone else, but you, out of all of these cards aren't about psychic stuff like dragons. This is absolutely, this is you can do it, this is your dedication, number one. Listen to music, so like for you to get as many psychic cards here with prophetic dreams, clairaudience, Uriel's light and guidance, psychic development, and the archangels, I do feel like there is something that is down the road for you it's actually being blocked. I probably could get to it if I wanted to, but I feel like it would require a lot of energy from me right now to move past that block, because I do feel like I'm being blocked by your angels from that message. There's something about you where you are being groomed, and I mean that in the least creepiest of ways, okay? I want y'all to know that. But you're being groomed to start your initiation into becoming a spiritual, like, light worker, shadow worker, warrior, or some format or something like that, okay? So I don't know, I'd say go ahead and check out what your divine purpose is and book yourself a reading with someone that you trust. May I be that trusted advisor for you one day. But until then, just know that I'm so proud of the work that you're going to be doing. Stay strong, all right? Keep your head high and know that you have so many people that are going to benefit from the work, and the inner work, I should say, that you're going to birth. I just see a lotus in mud. I see like a white pinkish lotus. Now I'm seeing a blue one and a yellow one. I'm just seeing, and I see you in the middle of it. It's like you're on a lily pad and you're surrounded by those 4 lotuses, the 4 archangels. Isn't that something? And you are blooming. It's like the lily pad is supporting you and those lotuses are pushing through as you turn within to find your inner strength. Okay, you can do this. Pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. Love Naturally is out. Until next time.